Future Cloud here to give perhaps what is the greatest mind game trick of the century, at least so far this season. So this game, I was playing Spook, as I always am in ranked. In ranked it's not really known for like variety. It's mainly just known for playing the commander that gives you the most wins, and for me that is generally Spook. And here I was playing an extremely bad matchup. Spook against Armadillo is kind of just like shit. What do I do? Because Spook is mainly just you normally you go mortars. Armadillo can defend against mortars extremely well, and late game if you want to go cannons or something else to that effect, Armadillo just gets better buffs for cannons, cheaper metal and basically free repair on active. So I'm thinking right now, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to go mortars here and try and quick game him, and hopefully he doesn't defend well or something. So that's kind of at this point in the game, that's what's running through my med. I maybe go like 7 mortars, maybe into howitzers. It depends. And so here I am just building up base, and here I'm gonna get red tech here in a second down below, sell off some metal because I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to see a spot of buzzsaw. I'm Spook, so I'll be able to if he builds a buzzsaw, that I'll see it and I can react to it. I see him connecting downwards, and I'm like, I probably should do the same here. Here you're about to observe me throwing with this connection I'm about to build in a second down here. Look at this. Building it on the 1 long strut. Who am I, insane? You have to build it wide and fat on the 3 long strut. So we're gonna see it very wobbly. Not really stable enough to support a connection. Which really just annoyed me for a hot minute there, and I realized I'm gonna have to extend it out, get it like that. And once it swings back, I do connect, which is actually huge. Getting the extra mine, not throwing more metal down the drain with the foundation nodes. It's just awesome. So here next, of course, I'm getting the upgrade center, because here I'm still thinking, okay, I'm gonna get mortars. So I'm gonna get the mortar set up down there, and everything's gonna be great in life, everything. And then here I am struggling, how to design it, because like designing the mortar setup is always like weird, because I want the mortar setup to be only reliant on the island it's connected to, which makes it kind of odd, because making it just reliant on the island connected to means you have to build up a massive connection, like super stabilize it. And here's where I'm like, okay, maybe going mortars is not great, because I also saw that he built purple tech on the other side. So here I'm gonna build 4 sandbags. Now he sees that I placed something in the boxes. He doesn't know what I placed because he's not Spook. So here he sees sandbags, or I guess mortars. He thinks mortars have come down. 4 mortars, 1 bait mortar as usual, and then 3 heavy mortars behind it. So he thinks, oh my god, the enemy's gonna go mortars. I have to defend against this. And you're about to see him, bottom right corner, or I guess right corner, where the little armadillo icon is. That's what he's building. You can see him just building a bunch of machine guns and flaks and everything. He's building something that doesn't even exist. This is perhaps the greatest mind game, because I was like, okay, everybody knows that the mortars are meta on this map. What if I just built sandbags, baited out a bunch of flaks, and then got a bunch of heavy weapons? Because late game, Armadillo does beat Spook. However, if Spook just has a shitload more weapons, what is Armadillo supposed to do? Like, you can have the best commander of the game. If the enemy has like 30 cannons, 20 millimeters, you still lose. It doesn't matter. So there I built the most frontal turbine there bad, so that turbine is gonna be actually just useless for the rest of the round. But something I need to work on. So here I'm gonna go for 20 millimeters. Looking back at this, I actually regret this. I should have gone for cannons. Cannons here would have been really smart. You're gonna find out really quickly why the 20 millimeters are gonna be a problem for me. However, that problem is not game over problem. It's just it's just slightly annoying, right? It's like having a rock in your shoe. It's not a great situation, but it's not like you're lying dead on the pavement with like crows pecking on you. Like a big difference there. So here I'm gonna get like the space for roughly 420 millimeters, and then now I'm just looking at his base. So I'm like, okay, he just has a bunch of stuff. He has shotguns, he has flaks, he has gunners. I'm just gonna build a shitload of 20 milliliters. Those things are gonna be practically useless against the weapons I'm gonna have here. And this is really great because he invested so much money into defending the mortars, and the mortars are never gonna actually exist. So this is looking quite fine for me. And now I'm just waiting for the resources to build up my heavy weapons. Everything's going great. I have 320 millimeters out. He doesn't have a heavy weapon in sight. And then I can also get upgraded eco. 3 upgraded mines. And 2 unupgraded mines, and then also a bunch of turbines. It's just great. Wait, 3, 4. I have 4 upgraded mines. I'm going insane. Apparently counting is not in my repertoire anymore. I failed to pass elementary school. So here, yeah, building up the sniper. I see the enemy plays a sniper, and you know, as in sniper fashion, if the enemy plays a sniper, you're almost obligated to build your own sniper. And here I'm just looking to build a door, and you know, I fail. So I have to build a little extension out here. Here you see me try and build like big doors. I don't want to build, or big mini doors, I guess. I don't want to build completely big doors because they are so unbelievably expensive to repair, like almost twice as much as mini doors. So I'm just gonna build them as big as possible and just go about my day, like kind of a middle ground I'm looking for here. And I'm gonna start firing on top of his base. You know, put the pressure on, do some damage, force him to repair. You know, do all the things because like it's just free. It just slows him down, costs some money. Gonna get the 3rd one firing there as well. Just absolutely lovely. And then here I see the bottom weapon box, I guess, on the bottom here, on the bottom any side. So here I'm gonna build down, and I'm gonna get buzzsaws. These buzzsaws are gonna be interesting because they are a smart play. However, they don't actually yield anything, because what I'm trying to do is trying to drop that cannon from below. You know, get some low angles on it. You know, really put some pressure from the down under, if you know what I mean, and try and kill it that way. Gonna get a 420mm here as well. You know, 20mm is just lovely because, you know, it's damage, and like for their cost, they are the most damage efficient in terms of cost. However, they don't really have concentrated damage. And here you're gonna start seeing the problems with the 20mm. They're gonna start shooting their own doors, and this is gonna cost me money. And you know, there's no way of getting that money back because I'm not about to rebuild those doors. I don't have the money for that. So but I still want to, you know, pressure the cannons down below. So I'm kind of in an awkward position here, you know, because like Armadillo is really very strong for defending. You know, cheaper metal. They do get cheaper metal down there. So and of course on active they get basically free repair. So that means that if this goes late game, I've pretty much lost. So here I'm just gonna put pressure on the cannons. Not gonna be able to really do anything significant. And here I rebuild the mortars. Now the reason I rebuild the mortars here is because the enemy cannons, as you can see, are blocking the AA behind the cannons. So he kind of, you know, he prepared for mortars, but then he assumed there was no mortar, so then he kind of unprepared his base for it. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna build mortars now. And the funniest thing is, he thinks I still have mortars. I mean, he could see me place something there, but I think he also thought it was a bait again, because he builds no reaction there to the mortar, which is just so funny. And here, of course, I'm just, you know, pummeling his base with AA. Almost kill his core there. It's basically exposed. But you know, no luck. And yeah, and like that's just something lagging. Like, come on, oh come on, yeah, that is just, you know, a little bit silly building, but I probably could have built that better. And here I have the mortars up. I'm just gonna set them to my usual hotkeys, and I'm gonna get my 20mm here firing again. A little bit lost in my own resource menu, sadly here, but so gonna get the first mortar firing like that, second mortar firing like that. That's going to allow me first set of mortars to land. At this point, I'm confident. I'm like, oh, first set of mortars got through. That's pretty bad for him. And because if you get mortars hitting mini doors, mortars practically just shred mini doors. Like there's no tomorrow. Like if there's one thing you don't want to be hit with when you have mini doors, it's mortars, because mortars just tear apart the whole thing. So here I'm just going to go for the cannons, and see, and that's perfect. That is a perfect hit. You know, it's just tearing apart all the mini doors, and he is in a really bad situation there. I was actually one shot. The my own core right there it was only 3 pieces of wood in between it and you know, exposed. So he could have just ended the game, won the game there. But you know, after I saw that, I was like, oh, perhaps I should fix that. So I got it all up, and yep. And then the mortars came across again, and again the defense behind the mortars and the little trench were hidden. So then after he lost his cannons to the mortars, you know, he defended against, but then undefended against, and then died to. Anyways, that was a little bit of mind games from me. I hope you enjoyed, and you know what? Maybe I'll catch you in the next one. And you know what? I'm even ranked 2. Look at that. That's insane. You know, 86% win rate, much better than last season so far. But you know, it's only 6 days into the new season, so we'll see where I'm at the end. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and maybe I'll catch you next one. See ya.